There is new hope in the search for an Orlando woman missing for nearly 20 years now.
Yeah, the family of Jennifer Kesse says their daughter's cold case is no longer cold.
Today, 20 years later, Jennifer Kesse's case remains open, and her family says they're still hoping someone, somewhere, will finally come forward.
January 24th, 2006. For Jennifer Kesse, it was supposed to be just another Tuesday. She woke up early, got ready for work, locked the door to her condominium, and headed out for what should have been an ordinary day. But Jennifer never arrived. Her car would later be found abandoned more than a mile away. Her cell phone had gone silent. There were no signs of a struggle, no witnesses who saw exactly what happened. And despite one of the largest missing person investigations in Florida history, Jennifer herself has never been found. What makes this case even more unsettling is that investigators may have been only seconds away from identifying the person responsible. A nearby surveillance camera captured someone parking Jennifer's vehicle and calmly walking away. But in one of the most unbelievable coincidences ever seen in a criminal investigation, every single frame captured the person at the exact moment their face was hidden behind a fence post. To this day, no one knows whether that was incredible luck or something far more calculated. Nearly 2 decades later, Jennifer's disappearance remains one of America's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. This is the disappearance of Jennifer Kesse. To understand why Jennifer's disappearance shocked so many people, you first have to understand who she was. Jennifer Kesse was 24 years old and living what many people would describe as the beginning of her dream life. She had recently purchased her own condominium at the Mosaic at Millennia Complex in Orlando, Florida. It was a major accomplishment for someone her age and a sign of how independent and driven she had become. Friends and family described Jennifer as outgoing, responsible, and incredibly close with the people she loved. She was organized, dependable, and the type of person who rarely left anything to chance. If she said she was going to be somewhere, she was there. If she promised to call, she called. Professionally, Jennifer worked as a financial analyst for Central Florida Investments. Her co-workers respected her, and she was building a successful career with a bright future ahead of her. She was also in a serious relationship with her boyfriend, Rob Allen. The two had been dating for about a year and were already talking about what the future might look like together. From the outside, Jennifer's life seemed to be falling perfectly into place. But there was one detail about her new condo that had been bothering her for weeks. The complex wasn't fully finished. Construction crews were still working throughout the property, and many of the units either vacant or occupied by laborers completing the project. Jennifer had mentioned to both her family and Rob that some of the workers made her uncomfortable. She told them she had been catcalled more than once while walking to and from her condo. She never suggested that anyone had physically threatened her, but the unwanted attention was enough that it stuck in her mind. At the time, it seemed like an unfortunate inconvenience. Looking back, those conversations would take on a much darker meaning.
Jennifer, we just want you to know we love you. We're doing everything we can to find you.
It's an awful story. It's incredibly relatable.
Just Days before Jennifer disappeared, she and Rob took a vacation together to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It was exactly the kind of trip they both needed, a chance to relax, unwind, and spend time together before returning to their busy work schedules. Family members would later say Jennifer appeared happy, excited about the future, and completely herself throughout the vacation. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The couple returned home on Sunday, January 22nd, 2006. The next day, Monday, Jennifer went back to work as usual. She talked with friends, went about her normal routine, and even spoke with her parents on the phone. There was nothing unusual about her behavior, and nothing that suggested she was worried about an immediate threat. That Monday evening, Jennifer and Rob talked on the phone for several hours. Since they lived about 2 hours apart, long phone conversations had become part of their routine. According to Rob, everything about the conversation felt normal. They talked about work, their recent vacation, and plans for the rest of the week. Eventually, they said goodnight, just like they always did. Neither of them could have imagined that it would be the last conversation they would ever have.
Jennifer, we just want you to know we love you. We're doing everything we can to find you.
It's an awful story. It's incredibly relatable.
By every account, Jennifer went to bed expecting to wake up the next morning and head into the office. Instead, January 24th, 2006, would become the day she vanished without a trace.
The following morning, Jennifer left her Orlando condo for work and never arrived. The 24-year-old disappeared without a trace, setting off one of Central Florida's most haunting mysteries.
As the investigation continued, Jennifer's family quickly realized they were facing a nightmare that extended far beyond her disappearance. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years, and despite countless interviews, searches, and media appearances, there were still no answers. Jennifer's parents, Drew and Joyce Kesse, refused to let their daughter's case fade from public attention. They appeared on television. They spoke with reporters. They worked closely with private investigators, and they followed up on thousands of tips from people who believed they may have seen something connected to Jennifer's disappearance. Over the years, law enforcement agencies received an overwhelming number of leads. Some tips pointed to construction workers. Others suggested possible sightings of Jennifer in different states. Some theories claimed she had been the victim of human trafficking. Others alleged involvement by someone she knew. But every promising lead seemed to end the same way, with no evidence strong enough to solve the case. As frustration grew, Jennifer's family began questioning whether everything possible had been done during the critical early days of the investigation. They believed important opportunities may have been missed. Witnesses may not have been identified quickly enough. Potential suspects may not have been thoroughly investigated. And valuable evidence may have slipped away during those first crucial hours after Jennifer vanished. Eventually, after years of legal battles, the Kesse family made a remarkable decision. They fought for access to thousands of pages of investigative records related to Jennifer's disappearance. Their goal was simple. If law enforcement couldn't solve the case, they wanted the ability to review the evidence themselves and pursue new leads. It was an unusual move, but after more than a decade without answers, they were willing to explore every possible avenue. For Jennifer's family, giving up was never an option, because somewhere within those files they hoped there might be a detail that had been overlooked. A clue that could finally explain what happened on that January morning. And as the years passed, the theories surrounding Jennifer's disappearance only
Jennifer, we just want you to know we love you. We're doing everything we can to find you.
It's an awful story. It's incredibly relatable.
Something they haven't had in a long time: hope.
Investigators still think the grainy surveillance video could be the key to this case. But as Fox 35's Garrett Weimer explains, the focus is no longer on the person's face.
January 23rd, 2006. The last time anyone saw or heard from Jennifer Kesse. The 24-year-old went about her day like normal. But the next day was anything but.
I think everything in life changed. Everything.
The following morning, Jennifer left her Orlando condo for work and never arrived. The 24-year-old disappeared without a trace, setting off one of Central Florida's most haunting mysteries.
The luckiest person,
Luckiest
criminal alive to have footage parking her car, backing out, parking it meticulously, wiping the car down, 32 seconds, and he walks away.
Today, 20 years later, Jennifer Kesse's case remains open, and her family says they're still hoping someone, somewhere, will finally come forward.
We're with incredible special agents right now. They're incredible. They're doing
what should have been done.
Stuff we don't even think of. So, so we're in a good place.
With new eyes on the case and new technology too, the Kesses are hoping for new answers. FDLE has taken over the case and says it's no longer cold. Thanks to new DNA evidence, they have new persons of interest. And they could have more. They're using AI to zoom into this piece of video. A surveillance clip showing a potential suspect walking along a fence after parking her car. But the person's face is covered by every gatepost. The person's ear, though, could be the key now.
That everything was truly done. That's possible to be done, even in today's advanced world. Like we're using AI right now. They are using AI right now. We're hoping that's the breakthrough, to be quite honest with you, both in film as well as just the volume of information that it could take in and spit out.
And it has been being used to solve crimes for quite some time.
We're just on the cusp of what that will be used for.
The goal is to match the ear with every publicly available photo database.
There was a point that years had gone by, and it just seems, leads come in. I just had a lead come into me yesterday, a very serious lead came into me yesterday. They still keep coming. They never stopped, and we thank everyone. One of these days it's going to be real.
Garrett Weimer, Fox 35 News.
Today, nearly 2 decades after Jennifer Kesse disappeared, the case remains officially unsolved. No arrests have been made. No one has ever been charged. And despite advances in technology, forensic science, and investigative techniques, Jennifer's family is still waiting for the answer they have been seeking since January 24th, 2006. For many families, the hardest part of a tragedy is knowing what happened. For the Kesse family, the hardest part has been not knowing where Jennifer is, not knowing who took her, not knowing whether a crucial clue was missed during those first critical hours, and not knowing whether someone, somewhere, has remained silent all these years. Jennifer would be in her mid-40s today. The life she was building, the career she was growing, the future she was planning. All of it was interrupted by a mystery that has never been solved. Yet despite the passage of time, her family has refused to stop searching. They continue to push for answers. They continue to follow leads. And they continue to keep Jennifer's name in the public eye, believing that someone out there knows more than they have ever admitted. Because in cases like this, the truth rarely disappears. People talk, memories change, relationships end, secrets become harder to keep. And sometimes the smallest piece of information can finally break a case wide open. Until that day comes, Jennifer Kesse remains one of the most haunting missing persons cases in American history. A young woman who left for work one morning and never came home. If you have thoughts on this case, let us know in the comments below. What do you think happened to Jennifer Kesse?